Hello, ladies and gents on the channels. We are back in Florida, or we're still in Florida. We are in an F14. This time we're in an F14A, and our carrier group that we landed on earlier down by Fort Myers has proceeded up the coast of Florida. We're now in the very nook of the corner of Florida, up by the Panhandle, and we have been doing combat air patrols with this guy. We've been patrolling the flying cap, but as you can see, the weather is closing in on us. It's probably the outskirts of Hurricane Matthew that's currently pounding the Caribbean, and who is giving us some real challenges and some massive weather fronts up north. So previously we had a fairly benign landing on the carrier, and it looks as if that is no longer going to be the case. Still a beautiful aircraft though, man. She's a looker. But yeah, it's dusk. We're up off the coast, though I can show on the map roughly where we are. So last time we had a stream, or I recorded. We were down here about around Fort Myers, and in 3 days the carriers easily made it up here. And right now we're actually outside of Apalachola, not so far from Tallahassee. And what we're planning on doing today is to first land on the carrier and refuel, and then fly on into Pensacola. So first things first, we need to get this baby on deck, back on deck. But before that, I kind of just want to pop up above the clouds here and see what we can see. It's kind of a bit of an experiment for me today. We are running, I am running, I updated to prepared version 3.4, and I am a little unsure about what happened to my clouds, but it seems like it put in its default clouds again. I have reinstalled the shader tweaks. I tried the new, and some people have intimated that there was some changes already with how Prepared handled its shaders, but it looked pretty much like same old stuff to me. Before, so I did reinstall the shader pack. Now that it looks all well and great, but the sky colors are, I think, a little bit different. There seems to be some issues with the sky color pack. But anyway, yeah, maybe this is the hurricane, maybe it isn't. It's clearly a lot of clouds though, some big time weather. See back there, some big thunderstormy looking bad guys. Active Sky 16 is just continuously blowing my mind. It is such an upgrade from Active Sky Next, and Active Sky Next was itself just magnificent. Okay, let's see if we can get the weather in here, so we can find out in what direction we should be landing, basically. Where was the radio again? It was down here.
Kilo Alpha Quebec, airport information, Delta 215 Zulu, weather, wind 105 at 7, visibility 10, sky condition, few clouds at 3,900, ceiling 10,900, broken, temperature 292.22, altimeter 2987, advise an initial contact, you have information, Delta, Kilo Alpha Quebec, airport information, Delta 215 Zulu, weather.
So the wind was heading 105. Should be around here, right? So let's see if we can't spawn our Kitty Hawk carrier group. We'll spawn it 10 miles ahead, and we will set them going. There's other ships down here too. There is our carrier group. Why don't we take a look at this ship over here? Let's do a close flyby. It's pretty good, this. I have to say the frame rate looks pretty stable and everything with the new version of Prepared 3.4. I had some issues at first, but wiped out my shaders and took a look at the prepared config, and now it seems pretty good. Okay, these guys are in for a shock. Oh, it's just a fishing boat. So remember, we're in the F14A now. It is a little bit underpowered compared to the F16B that we were flying last time. So need to stay on top of the airspeed. It's also a little harder to read. This is I guess what I was talking about last time is the HUD doesn't have as much of the critical information that you want going on. It's definitely a much simpler HUD. It doesn't have, for instance, airspeed, which is a little tough in this one. Airspeed is kind of an important metric for something as stally as the F14. Knutsen. That looks like it's a Norwegian ship. Okay. Let's find our carrier group. It's down here. Should be south. Well, not really south, east. I see some lights. Okay, that is our carrier group, and that is our carrier. That is the Kitty Hawk. It's kind of fitting that we are flying the F16A to the Kitty Hawk. I actually looked up the Kitty Hawk before, after my last recording, and it turns out it's one of the older carriers. I don't know why whoever made the model for it decided to do it, since it's such a relatively old carrier, decommissioned for quite a long time. I guess it was the last non-nuclear carrier in operation. Okay, so we are definitely a little high here. Yeah. So let's speed brake, and let's get the hook out and the gear out. The funny thing is, this might work. We're very high. There no reason for this to work, but like I mentioned in the last recording, this plane has a lot of drag when you lower the gear and the flaps and the hook. and you could even lower the speed brakes if you really wanna slow things down. So I always aim the little bird for roughly where the touch-on zone is. Usually not that. Usually I'm coming in a completely different attitude. But here we go. Seem to be in the right, getting more of the right attitude now. It's okay to aim a little left. The carrier will move. The right, I mean. Okay. Very nice. That was very good, actually. Make sure that we engage our nose wheel steering. I am very happy with that. See if we can get this. If we can get her to move and not fall off the deck here. Like I mentioned before, my pedals are a pain. That wasn't the best, not the best job I've ever done. To have a little pushback there. Okay, so let's make her kneel, and we'll attach her with the hotkeys from AI carriers. In my last video I did the takeoff from outside, so this time I think we will do it from inside. We will not go full flaps, but rather just one notch of flaps. And we will switch back to takeoff mode. Let's see. Why? Let's see if we can also put some fuel on it. Full drop, so we give it full fuel, and let's put, what else should we put on it? Let's put a couple of AIM 9s and some AIM 7s, and let's do some Phoenix missiles here too. Classic. Classic. Okay. So now that should be a bit of a different plane to fly. Here comes the afterburners. Okay, we'll do it from the outside. It's just too cool. Into the sunrise. Oh. Like I mentioned, stall happy. Stall, happy. Look at the angle of attack indicator. It's a good thing this thing has afterburners. It's quite a different takeoff from last time. Last time we went like it just climbed straight up, and this time not so much. Okay. We are not, though. Our carrier group is heading east. We are not heading east. We are going west towards Pensacola. I'm still using shadow play, mostly because I wanted to give it another go. I was not happy with how it sounded last time, but that could change. It could have gotten a little better. Actually, that could change. That will change because I did increase the volume of the. I did increase the boost of the microphone. It might still sound awful, but I hope not. I hope it sounds a little bit better. Yeah, these sky colors are, and these cloud textures are a little cartoony. I think I need to double check my settings. I kind of hate this. It's too much going on in these clouds. And yeah, see here too, you get this weird sort of line in the distance with the PTA tool and the cloud textures. Yeah, not a good look. It needs to be updated and tweaked. Hopefully I'll have it fixed by the next video. Okay, should be no need for afterburner. Man, she is good looking. Ugh, love the F14. I love how Airsoft made this plane move. I mean, I distinctly remember scenes from Top Gun, I guess, you know, where the aircraft would roll, and it would have this like this sort of. I love the way it sort of levels out, if you will. Like this here little floaty. It has this inertia to it. It has a real sense of inertia, I guess is what it is. It's when you turn it, it sort of, it keeps going as you're maneuvering it again. Like it looks like it did in the movie, and the movie, as far as I know, was made with real aircraft, and I'm really happy that Airsoft was able to sort of capture that inertia. Makes it interesting to fly too. One thing I don't like is this constant sound from things like the glove vanes and and the wings animating like that. Come on, why does it have to be so loud? It does not seem realistic, especially not from when I'm looking at it from outside. Seriously, it is just not right. Okay, but anyway, so my biggest sort of difficulty with this plane though is actually navigating it. I have no idea how to get where I'm going in this plane, and I don't know. I might not this time either. I know I'm going generally that I'm going west, but I would like to pick up some BOR here or something to guide me into to Pensacola. And today I was hoping to try and maybe be able to try and kind of figure that out. There are the codes for the different carriers. Down here, these are TACAN codes for the carriers. But that wasn't the TACAN tuner. Here are UHF codes, UHF radios. But I have not been able to figure out how to tune them. Love flying through the clouds like this though. I think in general flying a jet in a fighter jet in prepared is underwhelming and not that interesting. It's much better in DCS where you actually have weapon systems and other things to worry about, but what I really do like though is flying through the clouds like this. That's an experience you only really get from these jets in prepared. Nothing else gives you a sense of speed going through clouds. TMDG and all that sort of stuff just feels a little slower, basically, and I guess it is too. I guess that was a little stutter. I haven't noticed any other stutters though, not major stutters anyway. See, I do not know how to do this. Definite winds. I was thinking I was gonna go down below the weather, but it's not looking that great. Neither is my navigating. My navigating's looking pretty bad, but I kind of knew it would be. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to navigating, so there's no real surprise. I just can't believe that this is... It couldn't have been like this, could it? Tyndall Air Force Base. I guess that's this one. That's cool looking now. Okay, so here we are in the back. Let's see if we can figure out any more of the navigation stuff from here. I feel really stupid for not knowing this. These seems to be ECM modules, lights. Here's F frequency. It doesn't let me change it. Huh. Well, I think that's me giving up again. Next time I'll fly this plane, I will definitely look into it ahead of time and try and figure it out. For now, this kind of is just my little toy. Okay, so let's try and figure where we are using the charts then. So we know we started off down here, and we flew off the coast up north. This is Tyndall Air Force Base. Okay, so that's not so bad. So we're just gonna keep going. We are around Panama City, and we are just going to follow the coast up until we get to the next sort of, we have one more, what do you call this, a lagoon, and then we're going to have another lagoon. Okay, cool, that's doable, pretty easy. And where the Air Force Base is, there's a big bridge going over. Okay, sweet. Easy. We still have tons of fuel too, so maybe we can just let's do this. The irresponsible way. Let's see how prepared 3.4 performs with at high speed. Let's see if this scene reloading has gotten any better. I kind of feel like the frames are slightly lower for me, but smoother. But is that because it is better at loading terrain? I can already see a little bit of blurring. Let's see. Whoa. Oh. Whoa. Wow. I don't know whether or not that's the weather or the flight model, but it's becoming, I'm maxing out the deflection of the stick here. I guess it's the flight model. Yeah, it is the flight model because it's got the wings fully swept and everything. That's probably why. It's very interesting though. It is, however, look at this. It's still loading the terrain. That is I would say that that's a definite improvement. Oy, man, it's wow. It really sinks. The snow's sinking. That's not me. That is the plane. Trimming it all the way back, actually. Okay, so fairly enormous stutters here. And some blurring. And we seem to even be catching up with the autogen loading. Yes, we are. I am running an Affinity Mask. I'm running Affinity Mask 85 with hyperthreading on, which is what people recommend, and what I have to say, I've been very happy with that. It's worked really well for me. These are some cool airports, actually. I regret not taking some of these a bit lower and slower. It's very neat, the Channel Island system here. Very cool. Okay, so that was our first bay. There should be another one coming up after this. So here are some radio towers that maybe I would have been able to use for navigation if it weren't for the fact that I don't know how. That was weird sound. Wow. Do you remember when we started this this tiny flight that we started? I think we had six. I don't know what this. Yeah, we had 6,000 pounds in the front and 6,000 feet in pounds in the aft, and now we're down to 1,500 in each. It's really. Wow, we decimated our fuel tanks on that little jaunt. So here it looks pretty good. Here the sky textures look pretty good. I think what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna try some Rex sky textures again, but so you'll probably just see that for one more stream or something, and I'll try the Navid's sky textures. I was really impressed with them. He's some guy from Sweden who made some really pretty sky textures. The ones I've been using so far have been the one that came with the Ultimate Shader Realism Pack, or the Ultimate Shader Realism Pack, and they're very good. But I do think I prefer Navids if I had to pick. Okay, so there is the bridge. I think that is Pensacola. Up here to my right? So here, and this should be, yeah, KPNS Pensacola. Oh, we are going to KNPA, of course. Where's KNPA? Oh, we're going straight. Or 88. And we are cleared already. I will give it this it's pretty quick to reload the scenery. See, it was lagging behind, but now we've slowed and it's catching up again. Okay, so let's see how this landing will go this time with a jet full of stores. I was gonna say and fuel, but you know, we all know that's no longer the case, because I used it all, just going really fast. I burned it in my plane. Still going fast, so I'm gonna bring out my speed brake. And yeah, so that weight. It's hard to lose altitude and speed when you have this much weight. Okay, this is probably gonna be a go round. Yeah, this will be a go round. That is so cool though. Whoa, with the boat. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. With the smoke coming off of the boat. Oh, that is stellar. That is really fantastic. I forget what the traffic pattern was again. Left. Kind of weird to have anything else, but I was thinking since there was so many airports in the same area. See, here is actually, I never understood what this was, but this is a compass of some sorts. Is it not? And I think these might also be some sort of nav radio thingy. And maybe this gives us the preset channels. Ah, ha ha ha, okay. Could it be that's just a bug? See, there you go. It does change things. Okay, I'm losing track here. That was a big... It was a big go around, but I just really wanted to kind of figured, I think I'm onto something. I think this is how you do the radio somehow. Oh, okay. That's your TACAN. Okay, sweet. And we can use that probably for the ADF as well. Let's see if I can find, there should be a TACAN for this, shouldn't there? .8. Okay, so I think that is it. Actually tuned to 108.8. And the question if that actually gives us anything at all. If this needle moves relative to that, then yes. Oh, and we have a new line on our HUD. I think we tuned something. Where is this thing? Okay, so it's basically over here, this guy. Let's make that our turn point. Let's see if our needles move accordingly. So I think TACAN is kind of like the army version of VOR. Or I know, I don't know what other, if it has any other characteristics, but I know it works on different frequencies and with different sort of pulses. See, here we go, it's moving. This seems very promising. But I have no idea if this line is... That line, I guess, should technically be an ILS line. But that... See, the needle is pointing directly towards this airfield. Let's see what happens if you cross it. If it does indeed move, then I finally have some sort of navigation. Yes, I do. It's moving. We were able to tune a nav radio, you guys. Pretty sweet. Okay, so let's not make the same mistake twice, and let's slow down. That's the air brake. Bring out the hook just for some drag, not that it really matters. Okay, they're going slow enough. We'll also bring down the gear. And those big brakey flaps that we have. One flap and two flap. And see, we're starting to lose altitude. We're starting to become that brick that we kind of want to be when we're landing the F14. So I'm trimming the aircraft. Trimming it, aligning the bird with the end of the runway, and it's not the best attitude, so but I'll adjust it, get a little closer to like roughly here. We'll adjust it. I'll bring the angle of attack indicator up to -1, and we'll land it like so. Ooh, a little rough, but it's a carrier. It's a carrier plane, so should be able to do this. Okay. Full braking now. I didn't brake for a long time there actually, so. Here comes the stupid issue that I have with the nose wheel steering again. Why did it turn itself off? I do not get that. See, look here. I have nose wheel steering. Why do I not have the indicator? There should be an indicator up here telling me I have nose wheel steering. We had it when we were on the carrier, so why I don't have it when we're on ground, I honestly do not understand. Anyways. We will park over here and stop next to the wing hangar, I think. God damn, it's so beautiful. Anyway, enough of these fun flights, I guess. I think it's time to get back into a GA aircraft where I actually know what I'm doing and not just messing around. But thanks for watching. We'll see you here soon.